This month is the month of love. So today I'm going to give you 10 ways to love yourself. Here we go.
This is your life, no one else has gotta live it. This is your fight that only you can win.
Hello everyone and welcome to Freedom Friday, where you learn how to free yourself and live your dreams. I'm Darienne, your certified spiritual rock star. And if you're new here and you want to get these videos every single week, make sure you subscribe and hit that bell for notifications. Also, of course, if you want to do one-on-one coaching with me, that is always open. You can click right here to access that information, but watch this video first. So, I wanted to give you guys some tips on ways to love yourself. Some of them are just fun, some of them are a little bit deeper, a little bit more emotional, and I just think that these will give you some really great ideas. Some of them are probably ones you've already heard before, but maybe might just be nice to hear them again, and you're like, oh, I could totally do that. And I definitely wanted to give you either the free version and the more pricey version of a few things, because there's the obvious things where we could spend lots of money on ourselves, and some of us either don't have the means to do that or just don't want to do that. So I definitely want to make this list as accessible to as many of you as I can. Now, this is probably going to be a list leaning more towards the feminine side of my beloveds, you guys, so I definitely don't want to exclude the masculine side, but being that I am female and very feminine, this is my list. So I would love to know for some of my masculine people, and of course I don't mean male, female, but you know, whatever you relate to more, whatever masculine, feminine, or whatever you're feeling today, I definitely want to send love out to you guys. So if you guys sort of relate to the more masculine side and still want to love yourselves, I would love to know some tips for all of my masculine folks. So down below, and of course, this list is still going to help all of you, but I believe that just that loving and nurturing stuff, it's very feminine already, so some of our more masculine followers can definitely tap into the feminine with this list. And of course, it does not matter if you are single or in a relationship. I think that loving yourself is I know that loving yourself is so important, and having a self-care and self-love practice and something that you do with yourself is very important. So let's get into the list. Number I just made up that word. Number one. So the first tip that I'm giving, and of course these are in no particular order, but the first way, and I've done this for myself and I would definitely suggest you do it too, is writing yourself a love letter. Now, the way you write a love letter is you basically just write yourself a letter as if you would love someone else to write it for you, if that makes any sense. So write yourself a love letter that you would genuinely love someone to hear. So almost, sometimes when I write myself really nurturing things, like in my journal, I sort of wear two different hats. So there's the part of me that really needs to be nurtured and loved, and then there's the part of me that is very nurturing and loving. So everyone, we can all tap into that divine femininity and that nurturer within each of us to be able to nurture ourselves. And this is something that you could make a practice out of daily. You could write one letter and post it up somewhere and read it daily, or just the practice of writing yourself a love letter is just really beautiful. So the next one is a selfie date. So on Sundays, I like to call them my selfie date Sundays. But I think in lieu of the Valentine's Day energy for the month of February, I think that if you could like get all dialed up or get all jazzed up, whomever you are, for me, I would like shave my legs, I would do my hair, do my makeup, get my nails done. Like I would do the full on, get all dressed up and take yourself out on a date. Now, whatever makes you feel most beautiful. You don't have to get, that's just me. I love getting dressed up. If it makes you feel most beautiful to be in a pair of sweatpants, then, I mean, just be real with yourself. You know what I'm saying? If it really makes you feel most beautiful, or if it makes you feel most beautiful to not wear any makeup, to wear your all natural hair, I think that that's beautiful. I love those days too. So whatever makes you feel most beautiful, and it's almost like you're dressing to impress yourself kind of a thing. And just take yourself out on a date and go to somewhere that you really love. And even if you don't feel comfortable, like you could take yourself to Starbucks. I love Starbucks. I'll sit in Starbucks by my damn self all day. You know what I'm saying? So it doesn't have to be somewhere that's like triggering and makes you feel like, oh my God, I'm like desperate and alone and I'm out with myself. Like, trust me, I can totally relate to that. But just somewhere like if you really love doing something, take yourself out somewhere that you really love doing. It doesn't have to just be dinner. All right, guys? Okay, so number 3, I think kind of leads from number 2, whereas if I were to go to Starbucks, I would maybe bring a nice book. So the next one is curl up somewhere with a nice blanket and a good book and a wonderful cup of tea, maybe even light a candle, and just cozy up. I mean, if you are a mom like me, you know how luxurious that actually is. That you could like live in a Pinterest post and be like, for real, I get it to actually do this, and you know what I'm saying? And your house is in a disastrous mess, like clean just like one room, get the kids to go out somewhere, and even if it's like, do this once a week, where maybe that's your selfie date Sunday, you know what I mean? Where like, you're like, listen, mom curls up with a good book, with a blanket, put your hair in a cute messy bun like they do on Pinterest, you know what I'm saying? And try to look all cute. No, I'm just kidding. But you know what I mean, and just get a really good book. And also, here's a little tip for those of you that like some real self-love stuff is sometimes reading self-help books doesn't really feel like an act of love to me, and I would sometimes really just rather read a book that's like a novel or something that's not like I'm trying to improve myself because I'm not good enough as I already am, like that kind of energy where it like seems like work to read the book. Just read a book, like, and it's totally up to you, but you can read a book that just feels good to read. You know what I mean? Or you could do the same thing with like some Netflix. Grace and Frankie just came out with new episodes. Grace and Frankie is so good for selfie dates, just so you know. Any other suggestions on books and Netflix binges, please put below. Thank you. Okay, number 4 is a spa day. Now, you can do an actual spa day. You can go out to the spa, you can get a facial, you can do the whole 9, or you could do an at-home spa, which I love to do. Like, make a day of it. Give yourself a pedicure, and you don't have to even really paint your nails if you're not really that good at it, but just doing the whole thing where like you scrub your feet and you sit them in the hot bath and you put on a nice face mask, maybe you do like a hair mask, you know, doing the whole 9. You're just like in a robe, maybe have some girlfriends over. I do this with my daughter, and it's just a fun, cute way for us to sort of relax, debrief, you know, blow off some steam, and also just have a day together with the girls and just really be loving ourselves doing that. And of course, you could spend hundreds of dollars or you could not. So number 5 is to sign up for that class you've always been wanting to sign up for. So whether it's like a dance class or a yoga class or a pottery class or any other kind of class, I know that I actually know that some people that follow me do those wine painting night things. Like they lead them, I know it's called painting with a twist. There we go. So sign up for that class that you've always wanted to sign up for, and you'll get to know new people. It's kind of like breaking out of a comfort zone, which definitely is always a good thing. I feel like you really get to learn about yourself when you kind of like push yourself a little, just nudge yourself a little bit out of your comfort zone. So then the free version of this, which I would love to see videos if you could tag me on Instagram, Darienne Empire, tag me. The free version of this is that there are obviously tons of tutorials on YouTube, and I would love to see you guys do like a dance tutorial, because there are dance tutorials on YouTube, and I've tried to do them and I've made a complete fool of myself in my living room. It doesn't matter because I'm in my living room, but I would love to see you guys make a complete fool of yourselves and share the videos with me, because that would be really funny. But there's yoga on, you know, if you've never done yoga before and you're like, okay, or you have done it before and you're like, I really just want to get back into it, or anything that you want to get back into, there are tutorials all over YouTube for all sorts of things. I would love to see you get into a class if you could, but if you can't, of course, there's the free version to just hop on YouTube. All right, so number 6 is what I like to call love listing. And so you write a big old list of all the things that you love, like, admire, or are proud of yourself. So this is just a really beautiful practice, of course, for loving yourself, but also to transform the way you think about yourself. It's really brain reentrainment. So the more you think about things that you love, like, or admire about yourself, the more you'll come up with things and attract more things that you remember. Oh, I love this about myself as well. And we want to do like inside and out, right? It's not, we want to of course honor our body, but also honor ourselves, our internal selves, our emotional selves, our personalities, like all of the things, our accomplishments, you know, all of the things that we love, like, admire, or are proud of about ourselves and all aspects of ourselves. So I would love to see if you guys start doing a list. Come back at like the end of the month and let me know how long your list is. I remember my personal development coach made me write a list of 100 things that I loved or liked about myself, and it seemed like a really difficult thing to do, but I'm telling you, once you start doing something like that and somebody says, do you love yourself? Oh yeah, I love myself. Oh, these are all the things I love about myself. Like, it's so easy for you to be like, yes, I am a confident woman and I love myself. You know what I'm saying? Okay, number 7 is, this is a practice that I like to use, and it's really helpful, again, for brain reentrainment, but also for healing your body. While I'm in the shower, soaping up my body, I thank my body and imagine white light healing and sort of cleansing my body. So this is sort of like gratitude shower practice. And I just sort of say, thank you, hands. Thank you, cells of my body. Thank you, arms. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, while I wash my body. So that's definitely an act of self-love. And just imagining yourself pouring this sort of loving, healing light onto yourself is a really beautiful practice. All right, number 8. This is something that I started doing for myself as a self-care practice a few years ago, actually, before Meadow was born, so probably like 3 or 4 years ago. And this was, you know what? I'm gonna be really honest with you. This was a moment where I was single in my life, and I still had this sort of like ego needy thing of needing to be touched. I needed to be touched by a man, and I felt very lonely, and I felt like I was really missing something, not having that human touch. And so I decided to take it upon myself and see if this little exercise would work. And it's done monumental things for me, to the point where I'm not one, like I used to be one of those girls that couldn't go home alone. Of course, not 4 years ago I was one of those girls, but when I was like 21, it was really difficult for me to go home alone. Like it was that bad. And I'm sure there are women that are watching this, and probably men as well, that are watching this that are like those people that can't go home alone. Like you need somebody in your bed. And so what I started doing was self-massage at night. So what I would do was I would pull together like some, organic extra virgin olive oil, and I would mix some essential oils with that, some lavender, something like that. And I would just massage, I would rub the oil on my feet and my legs and my arms, and I would just massage my body. And I cannot tell you how much of an effect it had on me, that it really, like I thought, no, I can't give myself as much of a massage as I want. But it really satisfied that part of me that needed that human touch and physical love and physical nurturing. And of course, I was always sort of nurturing. Of course, you want to be nurturing towards yourself, thinking thoughts of nurturing thoughts while you're doing it. It really fulfilled that part of me, that need within me. And of course, the expensive side of that would be to go get a massage, obviously. But definitely try that one out if you're one of those people that need that human touch. I think a pretty obvious one, send yourself flowers. Or we have a store called Produce Junction around here, if you guys have like a store with some cheap flowers, and you can just buy a bunch of flowers in bushels, and they're like $1.50 a bushel, and you can put them all together, make a beautiful little bouquet of flowers, and you can put them all over your house and just feel the love, And if you're allergic, then just don't do that. Or get like the fruit flower things. And number 10 is a little tip that I love to give my one-on-one clients, and that is what I like to call the kindness reminder. So you set an alarm on your phone, either morning, noon, and night, or every hour if you really want to kick up the self-love, and you ask yourself, how am I feeling? What am I thinking? And what do I need? Right? So it's like if your body is hungry and you just haven't been listening to yourself, or even if you just have to go to the bathroom and you're like, oh my God, I've probably had to go to the bathroom for like 20 minutes. I haven't even noticed because I don't check in with myself. And of course, thinking about like, what are my thoughts and how am I feeling? Are my thoughts kind thoughts? Or am I just like bitching about something in my mind? Or am I just thinking, oh my God, why do I have to do this? Because even thinking loving thoughts towards other people is an act of self-love. So when you do it deliberately and you understand, what am I thinking? What am I feeling? And knowing that whatever that is an act of love toward yourself if it's kind, when you deliberately choose kind thoughts. And especially if it's like, hey, Darienne, what do you need right now? What came to me is I could use a sandwich. I could use a cup of tea. I could really call a friend, just like ask yourself, what do I need right now? What am I thinking? How am I feeling? And what do I need? All right, guys, I hope that helped you. Let us know down below some tips that you have for loving yourself. And I hope that this week, in light of Valentine's Day and the celebration of Love Day, I hope that you will be putting these practices into practice. But also that you allow this month and the energy of love and the energy that's allowing us to really open up to this energy of love. I'm just really feeling it this month in particular, not just because it's February. It's just what I'm feeling energetically, that sort of like there's a lot of barricades to love that have been broken down, or that at least for the moment have been brought down, so that we really can be more open to love than we normally are for some reason this month. And it just happens to lie in a month where Valentine's Day lies as well. But I think that this could be a perfect time to start practicing things like this, start doing the things that I've listed in this list today, and then see where that takes you, okay? Of course, if you missed it when I announced it last week, I do offer a 21 days of self-love guided meditation package that is so intense, not intense, but intensely loving and beautiful and nurturing and gentle for you to start really transforming the way you think about yourself and the way you feel about yourself, and really just raising your vibrations. I'm offering that entire package, which is normally $88, for 24 tracks over 8 hours of different meditations. I've created the music, I produced the entire thing. Of course, I created the guided meditation. I even sing on it, and I infuse so much loving intention. I did this a couple years back actually, but I infused so much loving intention into it that just listening to the guided meditations will put you in a high vibe state. Of course, if you are open and ready to receive that. Now, this month, only for February, I am giving it away for 20% off. So you can click right here or just go to DarienneEmpire.com/21 days of self-love. As always, still, I am running an amazing membership. If you want to learn about that, you can click right here or go to DarienneEmpire.com/membership. And I will see y'all next week while we talk even more about love. Bye, guys. Hey guys, thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed this video and ask that you share it with whomever you think it could help. Of course, that's usually everyone. And make sure you tag me or go follow me on social media at Darienne Empire. I've been doing a lot on Instagram lately, so come check your sister out. We can be friends, because that'll be fun. You get some behind the scenes stuff. Some of my daughters pop into my Insta stories every once in a while. Actually, just today they were popped in there, so you won't see that because today is yesterday, according to you right now. Anyway, go ahead over and do that. And until next week, check out this video from the archive. I've got a lot of really cool videos in the archive, by the way, like hundreds. So if you don't like this one, I got plenty more. I got plenty where that came from. I mean, this should have been on my list of loving yourself. Just go watch all my videos. Just go binge watch all my, that's what you should be binging on, not Netflix. Binge on my videos, because I will teach you a lot, and I will expand your horizon and open your heart. All right, bye guys.